Good morning, everyone. So this is my breakfast today. I'm starting the day with some Aldi Weetabix. They're these ones. You can have 40 grams of these as your LT Extra B. They're delicious. I really, really like them. In that, I have a banana, which is free. I wish it was speed. Strawberry, which is speed, and I have 80 mils of milk, light milk, and then I have a coffee with another 20 mils of my milk. So in total of this milk, I can have 300 milliliters for one healthy extra A. So I've had a third of that already this morning. I'm off to enjoy this. I usually like to sprinkle a bit of sweetener on top of my Weetabix. It's not even a teaspoon, so I'm not gonna sin that for it. And I'm off to enjoy this. I'm prepping for lunch. It got very, very dark outside, so sorry about the lighting here. I'm making some couscous. It's sitting here with boiling water. I'm gonna add a cucumber, which is speed. Well, I'm saying a cucumber, probably a quarter of it actually. Can of tuna in brine. These are free. Pickled silver skin onions. These are the ones you get from Lidl. They are speed. There's no oil in them. Same goes for these roasted mixed pepper. I know they look a bit yellow, so I actually went and double checked. They have no oil in them, and yeah, I checked them on the app as well. They're speed, just the color because the peppers are orange and red. I think I'm also gonna add some of these artichokes. These are the ones you can get in Lidl during the Spanish week. And they're just artichokes, like there's nothing else. It's artichoke hearts, water, salt, acid. Yeah, so there's nothing else. I'm not sure if artichokes are speed or free. I'll double check, but either way, there's no syns in these. And I think I'm gonna make it, put it in the fridge for a bit, and add some cottage cheese on it as well. So this has been a very, very busy day at work, to the point that you might hear in my voice, I'm a bit stressed out. And this is the first time I'm standing all day because, yeah, I work at a desk, so that's it. Certainly no body magic going on. I'm afraid of checking how many steps I have on my Fitbit, but this is gonna be my lunch. I show it to you when it's all ready and plated up. Here's my lunch ready. As I told you, I have a bed of couscous underneath, cucumber, which is speed, peppers, which are speed, silver skin onions, which are speed. I checked, and the artichoke is actually speed. Tuna in brine, which is free, and cottage cheese, which is free as well. So my lunch is all free and speed. This is the cottage cheese I use. I get this from Lidl. This is the only one I like the Tesco one, the Aldi one. I just don't like them. I find them too wet. This is a bit dry as a consistency, so this is what I like. In a cottage cheese, I suppose. I'm gonna mix this in now. I cracked a bit of salt and pepper on top, and as usual, when I open a can of tuna, yes. So of course she was gonna try and steal my tuna, wouldn't she? Yeah, I'm off to enjoy these. Hopefully the things at work will calm down a bit, and after work I'll be okay to chat a bit and tell you how it's been. It's been 3 weeks. I had my third weigh-in on Monday, and it's Wednesday today. It's 5 o'clock and I have a few more hours of work ahead of me, so I prepare something to keep me going. I have a yogurt there. I'm using these Brooklyn ones you get from Aldi, these Afesine, and I'm having grapes, which are free, raspberries, which are speed, and a coffee using 30 mils of my LT Extra A. I'm still on my first one. And that's it. So far today I've had my LTB quite a bit on my first LT Extra A. I'm almost there. And once in, everything else has been speed and free so far. And this was dinner. So I had some 5% beef mince. Then with that I had some frozen mushroom, frozen peppers. This, the spice I put on, is completely free because it's just spices. There's no oils or sugars in it. And I put a bit of garlic and also some tomato puree in there. Mixed everything in, let it cook for a while until it was all soft and tender. And this is how I plated it, with some chips and cheese triangles. Then this was my snack. I had some speedy fruit there. It's pear, plum and orange. Hi-Fi bar, there's 3 syns. In this vanilla mousse that I got from Aldi, that's 7.5 cents, so my day was 11. Hi everyone, it's me from the future. It's Thursday today. You would have seen what I ate yesterday, which was Wednesday. It was a great day. As usual, when I follow the plan, I don't get hungry, I don't have cravings, I feel great. You would have seen I had a treat at the end of the night. I had Aldi vanilla, Aldi. It's not Aldi, but they sell it in Aldi, the vanilla mousse, protein vanilla mousse. And I saw on Instagram a lot of people were saying that wasn't tasty, that it was awful, actually, especially compared to the chocolate one. But out of the Lidl protein puddings, those gelatini ones, I really like the vanilla over the chocolate. And I know that's not common. So I decided to give it a try anyway, and I really liked it. I don't know, I grew up eating vanilla gelatin, which I know is not very common here, opposed to chocolate, which was the other option, or caramel. And that was my favorite. So I knew maybe I would have liked this a lot. And I did. The only thing is the flavor being so delicate, you tend to eat it quicker, opposed to the dark chocolate one that is so flavorsome and so strong, you're a bit slower. So it feels like there's more into it. That's the only difference, and maybe the reason I gravitate more towards the chocolate one, which I love anyway. But I felt the vanilla one was great. Now, they're getting very, very pricey. I think they were 169, 159 euros. I can't remember the price exactly. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. But when buying them, I felt they're getting quite pricey now. So that was yesterday. Ended up on 7.5, 8, 11 cents yesterday, and I felt very, very satisfied. I felt like I could eat more. Sorry if you see cat hair flowing around, but yeah, they exist. I have long hair cats, so that's what it is. So that was yesterday, and I haven't updated over the last 3 weeks. So on Monday, I had my third weigh in. Going back in time, the first one was great. I followed the plan that week. I think I had a takeaway, but it was a black bean tofu. So it was 10.5 cents. So, even if I had a takeaway, it never went over my cents allowance. And that week I lost 4 pounds. Very, very excited. Then the following week, it was my fiance's birthday. So we obviously went out to celebrate. And even if I made, I think, good choices when it came to dinner. I, for example, went to TGI and I ordered grilled chicken breast. But also it came from a side with a side of mashed potatoes. You know it is. Then the cake was the issue, because during the birthday celebration, I had half the cake, great, and we were away for the birthday to be with his family. And then we took the cake home because it was supposed to be, there was over half left, and it was one of these tower tall cakes. So we thought it would be great for him to bring it to work. However, it got to be squished in the car, even if we tried our best. So it wasn't gonna go to work anymore. So yeah, we had the cake. I only had a slice, to be fair, but those stall ones are like, that slice must be 4 slices of cake. I went group and I maintained that week, which I was very happy with considering the cake. Sometimes things don't go to plan, I could have thrown the cake out. I decided not to, and that was happy with having it, and especially happy with maintaining, because it meant everything else I'd done during the week, it definitely worked. Then during the third week, I had a very good week. However, there was a very long weekend because it was Patrick's Day on Friday and I had the day off. Then it was, Saturday and Sunday, I don't work. On Monday, I had a follow-up visit for my surgery that I had in December. And since I moved since then, obviously I had to go to that hospital to have it done. So I had to travel the day before, stay overnight, go to the hospital the next day. So obviously I got there very late. I had a fish from a cheaper that night. And then the next day I was, okay, I had my breakfast. I had my LTB for breakfast, a bit of speed, went to the doctor's, and then I was waiting for the bus to go back home. And then, my plan was to arrive home at about 2 o'clock and, have a bit of food and then go to group at 5. However, my bus was 2 hours late. It actually got cancelled. That was the point. However, I could see the other buses from the same company arriving, so I was quite anxious of leaving in case the bus wasn't actually cancelled, but it was just late. So you could imagine like standing there at the bus stop in the cold. It was raining. It was miserable. The only thing there was a Starbucks, obviously. So I went in. At that point, I was famished, and I got a cheese toasty. No idea how this is and that. Great. I needed to eat at that point. That was the only thing there. I was terrified about losing my bus. Yeah, no, I know sometimes they do the yogurt pots and that kind of thing. Yeah, none of that. Absolutely none of that. I took my bus, I arrived home, and at that point, I was so thirsty because, I hadn't drank all day. Because I was out and, that wasn't the plan. So I arrived home, I think I had like 2 liters of water immediately. And then, obviously I was hungry because that toasty did nothing for me. So I had a bit of speed food, like I had a bit of speed fruits before going to group. And I didn't want to go. Honestly, I felt like this is going to be a gain, and not because I haven't worked all week, but because of today. But when in, I lost a pound. So, sometimes it just, one day is not going to ruin everything. And it was more like, I felt that day I was very anxious because obviously I had a medical procedure going in. I was quite sore. And then standing all day, I didn't feel great. But going to group, have that chat. Actually, I remember my last video said, I saw no one staying in group. It was because I was there too early to get the induction, basically. So yeah, no, people are staying in group. So you understand that day felt miserable to me, having a medical procedure, having to stand there in the rain for ages, eating stuff I didn't want to eat, that didn't make me feel great. 3.5 hours bus ride with a bus that smelled. I felt awful. And then I went to Slimming Ward and we stayed there, during, how do they call it? Image therapy? Can't remember. Anyway, I got out of there feeling great. Feeling very energized, very ready for the week. I loved it. I think that alone is worth thinking about joining Slimming Ward instead of doing things just on your own. Because like I had an awful day, terrible mood, went there. It changed everything. I came home happy to start again and not start again because I didn't. I had one day off. But yeah, it felt great. It made me feel very, very good. And this week has been good so far. So group was Monday. Tuesday went very well. And Wednesday, you would have seen yesterday. Today is Thursday. I had my LTA and LTB for breakfast, a bit of speed. Actually, I didn't have all my speed that I showed you, or will show you. I don't know where I'm putting this clip. But anyway, I'm planning to have that for a snack during the work day before lunch. So yeah. I'm feeling quite happy about my loss, especially considering it's been a few tough weeks in that sense. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see how it goes. This week, my goal is to lose 2 pounds. We'll see how it goes, obviously. I don't have anything standing in my way this week. So I have no birthdays, anything like that happening at the weekend or stuff like that. It's just willpower they will take this week. Also, I know next weekend is not going to be like next. It's not going to be that easy. So, I'm preparing for it. I'll see you later. Good morning, everyone. This is my breakfast for today. I'm having a coffee using part of my LTA. That's actually coconut milk today. It's Alpro's unsweetened coconut milk. I can have 400 ml, I believe, of that for my LTA, first LTA. So I divided 200 ml between my coffee and my Weetabix. This is an odd mix. It's a protein Weetabix from Aldi and 20 ml of the mini ones. So basically you can have 2 of the big ones or 40 grams. No, what did I say, mils? Grams of the small ones. But instead a big one left at the bottom of my cardboard. I was like, okay, let's mix them. A banana, which is free, an orange, which is speed, and a pear, which is speed as well. Here's my lunch today, ready to go. I'm having some Slimming World baked potatoes, not roasted potatoes. They're the frozen ones you get in Iceland. I don't think I'm gonna get them again because you save some time cooking them from, fresh baby potatoes, but not enough for me to keep getting these ones just because of the price difference. But I agree that they are quite convenient, so it just depends on your lifestyle and what time you have for cooking, I suppose. Some green beans, they were frozen. I just put them in the microwave. Those are speed. Some corn. Corn is free, and I cooked this with some lemon juice and rosemary. You'll see the rosemary bits there. It is delicious. Like, I love it done that way. The curry sauce I put on the potatoes is from the Slimming World app. I think it's in their books as well. It's called Chip Shop Curry. I changed it up a bit. First thing, I didn't have any onions, so I didn't add any. Instead of adding sweetener to it, I had a boiled carrot that I blended with everything else. So yeah, it is delicious. And actually, I think the recipe calls for fromage frais. Instead of that, I use some Greek yogurt at the end, just because I would just be buying the fromage frais for these, and I don't use this curry sauce enough. I make a big batch and I let it cool down and I freeze it before I put the fromage frais in. So, I defrost it and then I put that in afterwards when I do it. So I make a big batch of it, and yeah, it is delicious. I think it is just one onion, some garlic. How's it called? I'm losing it. Onion, garlic, something else, curry powder, chopped tomatoes. You blend it, sweetener and stock. That's what I was looking for, and you blend it all together. And yeah, it is great. And seam free, so it's great on potatoes and that for a quick lunch. This is my dinner. I'm having a wrap with some tomato puree on top, and my second healthy extra A I divided between 20 grams of mozzarella and 20 grams of feta. These are the wraps I used. They're 6.5 cents each. Top of that, I have some ham, which is free, and on the side, a cucumber, which is speed, with some balsamic vinegar on top. It was absolutely delicious. This is what I'm having tonight as an after dinner snack. I'm still quite hungry. More than hungry, I think I'm peckish. So yeah, here I have a layer of, you can't even see it, half a banana is there. Then I have one of these yogurts. This is the orange with dark chocolate sprinkles from Aldi. This is 1 syn. Then I have some raspberries and strawberry on top. Those are speed. And then I'm having one of these. These are strawberry splits lollies. They're from Iceland, and they are 3 syns each. Yeah, scan that on the app. And if you're calorie counting, they are 57 calories each. So not much at all, and I really love them. So yeah, that's what I'm having now, and I'm ending my day on. Now let me do my maths. 10.5 syns. The wrap I had was 6.5, this 3, and this 1 syn. So yeah, that's it for me today. I don't think I'll come back for anything else. Worst comes to worst, I'll probably have a chamomile tea before bedtime, but that's it. Good night, everyone. See you in the next video. Bye.